a music that was once violent and offensive, that dealt with darkness and brutal concepts, was becoming almost, I was calling it almost becoming like hippie music. You know, you could offend one thing, but you couldn't say this about another thing.
Once Satan had become obsolete or was not offensive to people anymore, that a lot of angry young men were going to have to find some other way of sticking the finger up to people.
I've always felt black metal is a satanic music genre, not a political. So I think the mix between whatever political view you have, point of views you have, with black metal doesn't really fit.
In black metal, you had most bands now following the formula of Antichrist, kill the Christians. Well, what about the Jews? You know, on a religious level, Christianity is based in Judaism. And on a different level, which NSBM takes it to, Jews are a race. I think that they're responsible for most of the wrongs in the world.
Racism and politics are so far away from our vision of black metal. Politics is nothing but the science of man to control other men. And to be interested in all that just means that you are someone locked to this natural and social society. We are really different from that.
The only time I ever was like convicted for anything, it was like for a demonstration against apartheid. But that was a phase of socialism. Then I went through a phase of being really angry with other races, and now I'm back to normal, you know, like totally unengaged in political issues.
Every time we play, you always see the fucking hands going up sometimes. I saw it yesterday, but some fucking white power people over there. And like, you know, and usually I say, you know, like, get your fucking hand down.
Black metal shouldn't be about peace and love, and be careful who you offend.
We respect this kind of racism or any kind of racism in the world because they breed war, they breed hate, they breed killing, they breed rapes and all that. So we can understand these, but they are too low-life hates to be performed by any of ours.
You know, the one who probably like made this whole rumors that black metal is all like a bunch of Nazis is, I won't mention any band names, but
Prison?
He's in prison right now, and he keeps changing. Kind of like first he was satanic, then he was pagan, and now he's a leader of an NS party. I mean, come on, what the fuck? I mean, make up your fucking mind.
I really don't know why that is. I mean, I could understand it if you live in a horrible neighborhood and you get beat up by somebody that's not of your ethnical background every day. Maybe that will help you become a very open-minded person. Oh my God, that's my drummer trying to sound like Hitler.
You're constantly reminded in school, on, you know, various forms of the media, on television, MTV, how, you know, it was your ancestors that, you know, caused all this plight and strife in Africa and all over the world. It was your ancestors that, you know, brought the slaves here. It was your ancestors that committed the Holocaust. You know, so I think that, you know, kids started to see this, react to it, and bringing out racialism in black metal is a way to glorify, you know, the past of ours that was being trampled.
I would say I am very proud of my heritage. I'm not one of these whining whites who have to feel sorry for their ancestors owning slaves or, you know, this and that and the other thing. But in the next sense, there's a lot of white trash I don't like to deal with either.
I'll admit, I had a fucking dumb period, like about a year, when I thought I was a fucking Nazi. And then I fucking woke up, and I thought, Jesus Christ, what the fuck am I thinking about?
I don't think NSBM is a movement. It's more or less made up. It's only kids using words. They don't to spread some kind of fear or be shocking in a way.
NSBM.
NSBM.
I don't know what it is.
These bands just play music which sounds like black metal, but it is something else. Why I feel like that is because to me black metal represents freedom of will and not totalitarity under someone other's laws. That is just what black metal should be against.
Nazism for me is a flock mythology and ideology, you know, and black metal or at least Gorgoroth is both individual and creating your own morale out of chaos and be your own god, more or less.
So, influenced by Burzum, I think an awful lot of people followed his path, going from what he was into this more sort of cultural outlook, you know.
Odinism became the common identity that racialists in the music scene and just in the social political scene around the world flocked to and bonded with. Basically, the essential reason is because during World War II, the Germans used various symbols from Nordic paganism, whether it was the Futhark runes, different Viking symbols. They used them on the uniforms, on their tanks, on their planes. So it was identified with National Socialism